Kategate, the Ghoulish Hounding, and this one's wife. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. As I explained in a recent video, there has been speculation that the Princess of Wales is unlikely to appear to return to public duties until the end of the year, possibly the autumn. This, of course, is based upon her ongoing treatment. Unsurprisingly, the fact that she is receiving treatment for a serious condition means that she has withdrawn from royal duties. This is as a consequence of, most likely, 1, not feeling up to doing them because the treatment is taking its toll, tiring her, exhausting her, and 2, it may well be that her physical appearance has been affected as a consequence of this treatment, and she would prefer not to be seen. She is entirely within her rights to adopt this position. Nevertheless, notwithstanding the fact that she has already explained that she's receiving cancer for treatment, that she has already explained that there was a delay in explaining this as they dealt with explaining it to her children, there persists in the rumours that it's something else. I mean, after all, what's more likely? A person isn't being seen because they are unwell and receiving treatment, or that their husband has offed them in a fit of anger and stuffed them underneath the flagstones, or that there's been a huge row and the marriage has ended and Catherine has departed, never to be seen again, shacking up with Diana, Princess of Wales, and Shergar. The fact is, that is often the case with the presence of social media. Mindless speculation comes from individuals that don't see that it is quite straightforward. It makes perfect sense as to why she's not been seen, and yet there is this ghoulish hounding of her in relation to the speculation. The fact that an announcement was made by certain sections of the media, not based upon anything that was issued by Catherine, not anything that was issued by Kensington Palace, but by simple speculation relating to the ongoing situation, that she was unlikely to be seen until the end of the year, this, of course, then results in another bout of hashtag Where's Kate? Well, the answer is she's at home with her family, recovering. There you are. But naturally, those expert doctors on the internet are all telling us about the fact that it can't be related to that she could still be out and about with cancer. She could well be out and about despite experiencing cancer. But she's a public figure, and she chooses, as it is her choice, to stay at home with her family and recover. She isn't beholden to keep having to make public appearances and providing updates, but there is a sense of entitlement amongst these individuals, believing that they ought to be told the truth of what's been going on. Well, you already have, but it doesn't satisfy their ghoulish need for gossip. However, not only is it the case that there is a natural curiosity amongst people to gossip about such matters, it's actively encouraged by this one's wife, because anything that does down the nemesis is viewed as favourable in her book. Anything that means that the Princess of Wales is viewed as less favourable because there's speculation about the state of her marriage, or indeed the state of her existence, pleases this one's wife. And note again, she has done nothing to call off the attack dogs. She has not issued any statement to her supporters stating, stop speculating about what's going on. There'll be those of you who are familiar with Baby Reindeer, and of course that there became an internet hunt to find out who the real-life Martha was until such time as she outed herself. But Richard Gadd called for restraint, asking people not to try and find out who the real-life individuals in the show were. He spoke out. But this one's wife? Silence. She could easily issue a statement explaining that she is concerned about the health of her sister-in-law and for those attack dogs to be called off by simply saying, please stop the speculation. Now, we all know, because this one's wife is a narcissist, if she were to do that, it's self-serving, but at least it would generate the appearance of caring and may well cause many of those ghoulish spectators to back off. But the fact is, despite all of her protestations about being kind, despite the fact that she wants to fight supposed misinformation on the internet, this one's wife is entirely happy for that misinformation to continue when it applies to her sister-in-law. After all, this is the hypocrite that is this one's wife. She will bleat about misinformation when it affects her, but doesn't give a rat's ass when it comes to affecting anybody else. She doesn't care about the Princess of Wales because she has no emotional empathy. And indeed, she actually revels in all of this speculation. She revels in the hounding of the cancer-stricken Catherine. The fact is that this one's wife, while she may not actively encourage it by sending messages of that nature, the fact that she has done nothing to call for it to be reined in is just as bad as if she were actively encouraging it. The fact is, it serves her purposes. The longer that Catherine remains sidelined, the more opportunity there is for her to be the faux princess. The more that Catherine is sidelined, the more opportunity exists for her to possibly look at inveigling her way back into the royal family by saying, you need us. Furthermore, the continued departure of Catherine from public duties also allows there to be more and more speculation, and this one's wife will actively encourage that because much of it is critical. Dan Wootton follows a similar vein in his observations. He states, the snap British general election called by failed Conservative Prime Minister Rishi Sunak for July the 4th may have infuriated his MPs, party and political rivals, but there was one family breathing a sigh of relief, the Windsors. As is custom, the royal family will take a step back from public events, which may appear to divert attention or distract from the election campaign during the 6-week campaign, offering blessed relief, particularly to King Charles, Queen Camilla, and heir Prince William, who will be able to spend more time with his cancer-stricken wife Catherine. She undergoes chemotherapy. To say the family has been depleted since the death of Elizabeth II and Prince Philip is an understatement, with William even calling up his cousins Beatrice, Eugenie and Zara to strengthen the ranks at the Buckingham Palace garden party earlier this month. It's proof, just as Princess Anne warned, that Charles's vision of a super slimmed-down monarchy is far too limiting and risky. The pressure on the Prince of Wales in particular has been relentless, but sources close to the heir tell Mr. Wootton that William has embraced his solo duties. He's found it easier than he expected, one friend said. Of course, he's preoccupied a lot of the time with thoughts of Catherine and his parental responsibilities, but he has enjoyed his duties, and the response from the public to him appearing on his own has been overwhelmingly positive. Indeed. The only thing causing any stress has been the ghoulish and frankly grotesque hounding of Catherine by the Sussex Squad, who Mr. Wootton has already revealed to be the biggest trolling gang of the internet age, determined to force the suffering princess into yet another unnecessary public appearance. Head of the conspiracy is Christopher Boosey, Prince Harry and this one's wife's professional ally and friend, who has been paid for research by the Sussexes and was then famously platformed in their high-profile Netflix reality show. Boosey, of course, occupies a position as a lieutenant of this one's wife. Over the past month, he has led a relentless social media campaign designed to restoke the same deranged conspiracy theories about Catherine. She's dead, she's unhappy, she's abused, she's faking appearances, etc., 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 that had run wild before her dignified March 22nd video announcement of her diagnosis. The fact Harry and this one's wife have thus far refused to call off their number one attack dog, despite Catherine's cancer battle, is the biggest indictment of their vile nature yet. How can this hypocritical couple claim to care about ridding the internet of disinformation and trolling while backing someone doing this? Indeed. And that once again demonstrates the hypocrisy of this one's wife. All she cares about is misinformation and disinformation appertaining to her. Everybody else can go hang. Mr. Wootton continues, let me be clear, Boosey, a thoroughly unpleasant individual, is now leading to a harassment and bullying campaign against Catherine. His most vile intervention, which he eventually deleted, was when he wrote on X, "Approximately 9 million women are diagnosed with cancer each year globally. The vast majority of those women do not stop working while undergoing treatment. Kate hasn't been seen in public since December, and no matter how much the UK press tries to spin it, it's not normal." But that is just one of many deranged posts which are designed to rally the Sussex Squad around particular themes that Harry and this one's wife's PR team want the internet to embrace. The latest round of trolling was timed to coincide with a speculative Daily Beast exclusive that revealed Catherine might not appear in public at any point for the rest of the year, but could record another video to reassure the public of her progress. On May 25th, referring again to a video of Catherine and William at a local farm shop before she announced her diagnosis, Boozy wrote, "British journalists will claim you're trolling, Kate, if you say this video is fake. Pointing out the obvious has nothing to do with trolling. This video is a hoax, and it is disturbing that news outlets have yet to call it a hoax weeks after it was officially published." That same day, responding to the Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden, he wrote, at Richard A. Eden, "Falsely claims I am trolling Kate while news outlets are reporting Kate is surrounded by her birth family and she's leaning on Carol, Pippa and James. Why wasn't William mentioned? And why is William out enjoying football while his wife is battling cancer?" It just shows the idiocy of Boozy, that the fact is that William still has certain duties, and is he not allowed to go and enjoy the football? Is he not allowed to have a break from the worry and concern in relation to his wife? Again, Boozy is trying to perpetuate a favoured Harry and this one's wife's narrative that William and Catherine's marriage is over. It's also somewhat insane for him to suggest that Catherine should be appearing in public while undergoing cancer treatment, while at the same time criticising William for conducting public duties. He boasted that he is getting ready for my "I Told You So" tour. On May the 18th, he posted on X, "I'm grabbing popcorn to watch karma drop in an unhinged married couple who once used this platform to attack me and others. Now they're using it to air out their dirty laundry. The ancestors never disappoint." On May 14th, he wrote on X, "When will the British press release a new fake photo of Kate? People are starting to ask questions again." On May the 7th, he said on X, "Before Kate revealed her cancer diagnosis, there were paparazzi photos and a video of a couple purported to be her and William. She was already battling cancer, yet she was active in the photos and video. So why did the paparazzi photos suddenly stop after the announcement?" This clown Boozy, of course, needs to attract attention because he thrives on the fuel that's provided by it. It's also necessary as a paid-up lieutenant of this one's wife to continue with his vitriol as identified by Mr. Wooten. Once again, this one's wife demonstrates what a despicable human being she is as a consequence of the fact that she takes advantage of the illness of her sister-in-law and her withdrawal from public life to allow the lieutenant that is Boozy and the insane individuals that are members of the Sussex Squad to continue with their attacks. All it does, of course, is cause people to support Catherine all the more and to cause people to recognise just how unpleasant and hypocritical this one's wife is, that she will cry foul if there is any criticism of her, but allows there to be criticism by her supporters of the Princess of Wales. Once again, the ghoulish behaviour of these individuals is being encouraged and is not being restrained by this one's wife. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.